2. So this is part 2 oh, thank you, Trish. So this is part 2 of chat number 202, and it was titled A Fresh Perspective. But last week we talked about WW MyWay Plus. So I'm going to have to get off the messaging on my phone because I need to get on Connect. We still have, on WW Connect, we still have all the notes from last week are on, if you have an egg.com, the notes from last week will be on this week's chat on if you have an egg.com. So Jessica's going to leave that on there as a recap. So in case you need to go just to one place, and find all of those, she's going to leave those on there. But we're going to do part 2. There's so much on WW MyWay Plus that it has to be done in 2. Okay, let me recap though why this is so important. So many of you that are in the WW international community, and international does not mean that you are outside of the United States. International just means that you are not in a local franchise community. So many of you that are in that international group received an email this week with confusing news about Zoom meetings. So we already established that at the beginning of the chat, but it is confusing. Don't have all the answers, but again, don't panic, okay? No need to panic. I'm investigating the email and we will talk about it as I know more. So, but what I want to know is how many of you are in an area where the in-person workshops have been temporarily canceled due to COVID? So let me see how many of you are there. So how many of you are in an area that's temporarily closed? So that would be me. So I'm going to raise my hand because I'm in an area that is the in-person workshops are temporarily closed due to COVID. So that would be me. Okay. And then I want to know how many of you have been notified that your meeting place is permanently closed. So you can raise your hand. I'm not going to raise my hand because we think ours eventually is going to reopen, but how many of you have been notified that your meeting place has been permanently closed? And if you're watching this later on YouTube, you can just comment. Quite a few of you are raising your hands. If you were watching this, or if you're reading this on if you have an egg.com, you can just comment there as well. So, okay, now the last question is, now, how many of you received the email about the new restrictions on the access to the virtual workshops? So go ahead and show me that. I did not receive it, so I'm not going to raise my hand, but just raise your hand, say I did, whatever. Let me know who got it. Okay. So that's quite a few of you all. Okay. Don't panic. Please do not panic. This is the same do not panic that I gave you all when we went from Points Plus to Smart Points to Freestyle to MyWay to now MyWay Plus. So don't panic. There's no reason to panic. Okay. Life is changing. 2020 and this pandemic have brought about changes for better or worse, whether they're for better or worse, but has brought about changes that will leave this world literally never to be the same. I mean, in so many aspects, it's never going to be the same, but it's going to be okay. Okay? It will be okay. We will be okay. Okay? Okay, so we're going to be okay. But now, more than ever, it is so important that you do not lose connection with your WW peers, whether they were in person. So like, at our in-person workshop, whether those peers were in person, if they were on Zoom, if they were on Connect, if they were here with us at our live workshops. If you need a meeting, we are here. If you need a meeting, this is an unofficial WW meeting, okay? I am not an employee of WW. They do not pay me. I do this for free. But if you need a meeting, then we meet here almost every single Sunday night. So if you've not been with us, you can come join us. If you just need to be around some more normal people, you can join our closed group. I promise you, we are the most normal people that you've ever met. And a lot of you all are on here. If you know somebody, though, that's on the verge of giving up, share the If You Have an Egg YouTube or Facebook link. Okay, that's how a lot of you all got here. So please share it if you know somebody that's about to give up. Whatever you do, stay connected and help other people stay connected. It breaks my heart. I have friends who have dropped off of WW, who just quit because they don't feel connected anymore. And that was when they were successful, was when they were connected. So please, more than ever now, stay connected with us, whatever you need to do. But please inbox some other people. So yeah, I know. Alicia says normal. Yeah. But please inbox some other people, because there are tons of people who really are just, they're struggling because they don't feel connected and they don't feel normal. I had heard somebody in our Zoom meeting today. So Sandra was talking about what was going on with her. And then somebody else said, I'm so glad to hear you say that. Because she said, I've just really felt like I was the only person that was going through this. I promise you're not the only person. I promise. All of us have either done it, did it, thought about doing it, whatever's going on. One of us has already done it. Okay? So been there, done that. And we could probably write a book and probably have the t-shirt. Okay. So anyway, so stay connected. Make sure all of your questions are answered. Make sure that you are connected. Okay. So part of that being connected is realizing what an incredible tool that you have in your WW app. So I know those of us who have had in-person meetings were thinking, oh, I don't want to have to just depend on my app. I want to go to my meeting. Oh, thank you, Alicia. Alicia says, you're the best meeting I ever went to. Thank you. Oh, we got her to go. Yay. Yay. I'd forgotten about that. But I know a lot of people are thinking, I don't want to just use my phone. Well, I don't want to just use my phone either. I want to sit my bottom of a little chair, but that's not going to happen right now. Okay. So I'm not willing to just throw in the towel just because I can't sit my bottom in a chair. Okay. So knowing what a great tool you have in the WW MyWay Plus app is going to be the first thing to help you stay connected. So some of the features, there are so many features that I couldn't even talk about them all in one extra credit chat. So I'm having to do it in 2 chats, and WW has developed a thing called App Academy just to make sure that all of your questions are answered. So a recap of what we talked about last week. All written. It's all going to be written in the notes that Jessica is going to post for you tomorrow. Casey will post the YouTube videos tomorrow. Again, if you're new, she posts them in 2. Wait, Deborah's daughter just bought her a whole sub and she only ate half. Very good. Very good. But Casey will post the YouTube videos tomorrow. If you are new, she posts them in 2 versions. So one of them is the full hour in case you need to watch the entire video. And then she also posts just this second half, just the extra credit portion, so that if you just needed this extra credit portion, you can watch just that 30 minutes and you don't have to watch the whole meeting, before that. So all that'll be tomorrow, but let's go back. There's a lot of stuff to do on your MyWay, WW MyWay Plus app. But after you've checked in, after you've done your personal assessment, remember, you can do it one time. Your personal assessment, you can only do one time. We did confirm that today. But what you're going to do for the second part of this, go back and watch the first part if you missed it, or if you need a recap or whatever. But where we're going to pick up at is recipes, which is my favorite part. This tea's so stinking good. Okay, so where we're going to pick that up is once you get into your app. So once you get into your WW app, and remember, I have an Apple phone, so if yours doesn't look exactly like this, it's probably because you have an Android, okay? You can access it from your phone. You can access it from your tablet if you have one, and a lot of the features you can still do on the computer. I will say it is easier on a phone or on a tablet, so I will say that. Okay, so mine's going to look a little bit different than yours if you have an Android, but don't forget, first thing you're going to want to do every single week is you're going to want to do the weekly check-in. So we did it last week. Tonight when I get home, because we've got a lot to talk about, I will do the weekly check-in again. That's just to check in and say, how you did, how much, if you want to record your weight, you can do that, how you felt about your week. So you're going to want to go ahead and, I don't know where Dusty's headed, but anyway, come here, buddy. Come here. What? No, there's nobody down there. Come on. Sorry, Dusty's just kind of flipping out, but he's old and he sees things sometimes. So anyway, so you want to check in. You can also go to track your sleep. If you have not done your personal assessment yet, it is going to be in this, if you're on an Apple product, it's going to be on this scrolly bar. And you can go, you can discover 8 ways. So in this scrolly bar, a topic that they have for us for this week is to discover 8 ways to avoid holiday weight. And you can go, if you touch that, it's going to take you to a bigger article. And then you can go back and you can add some things to Siri. So if you have an Apple product, you can go and add some of the things to Siri. So you can say things like, hey Siri, track bread, you know, and it would need to be whatever bread you told Siri it was, because Siri's not just going to pick a bread, okay? So you need to do that. Then when you scroll down a little bit on an Apple product, now you go to this current week's topic. So this current week's topic is need help saying no. So we will talk about need help saying no Sunday, because we always do an end cap, like a recap of the week. So that's your topic for this week. You can go there. If you touch that, it's going to take you to your weekly technique. Now they call them, you know, a technique. And then you can go to what your weekly is going to look like and everything. So you can go there. Then the part that I'm going to talk about today is mostly food and some coaching, but mostly food. So you've got this section called what to eat this week. And based on your personal assessment, get back up here, buddy. Come on. Sorry, let me help the old man back in his chair real quick. Come on, buddy. Come on. And in case y'all don't know who I'm talking about, that's who I'm talking about. Okay, so old man jumped down and he needed some help getting back up because he is 14. Okay, so what to eat this week. So you can scroll through, because I did my personal assessment. And I said one of the issues that I was having was, swapping out things that had low points. Barbara says, hi, Dusty. And so that's one of the suggestions. Why you should stop crash dieting is one of the suggestions. Avoid the holiday grocery store rush. Apparently I said something about not having a lot of time. How to avoid the holiday weight gain. And Dusty has had a haircut, Sylvia, and he has on jams. He has on pajamas. And then make your own WW-friendly recipes. So those are the choices on that. But because I did my personal assessment, I want you to notice, because I told in the personal assessment, because I said I was on purple, and because I said I love fruits and veggies, and because, I needed easy things to make. So these are the suggestions that it gave me, was plant-based breakfasts. So these are some of the suggestions. So baked eggs and acorn squash with roasted peppers and dill, roasted baby potatoes. So some easier like prep ahead things. And then I can go to all plant-based breakfast. Or plant-based recipes. So that was a cool feature. Then we're going to go down here, and if you're on blue or green, it's going to look different. So we're going to go down here, and we're going to go so here's at the very bottom of your screen is everything you need on purple or blue or green, depending on which color you told it you were on. You can go to recipes, restaurants, 0 Point Foods, more about purple, and shop WW snacks and tools. So if you were going to a restaurant, you can go straight to restaurants. If you just need a list of 0 Point Foods, you can click there and you'll get your entire list of 0 Point Foods. You can get more about purple, blah, blah. So we're going to go to recipes though. So if you click on recipes, this is the thing I'm the most excited about. So what's in your fridge? So I play this game with you all sometimes, saying, you got to clean out your fridge, pantry, do your pantry clean up, whatever. So the what's in your fridge, the fun thing about what's in your fridge is you can tell it what's in your fridge. So right now I have cheese in my fridge. So I'm going to check cheese. I have ground beef. I have, let's see, what else do I have? I've got cabbage. So I'm going to add cabbage. I have, let's see, what else do I have in there? I have tomato paste or sauce. I do have tomato sauce. So all I'm doing is I'm just adding these and I'm clicking them. So you can literally go through and put in what's in your refrigerator. And I do have some pasta. So I'm going to tell it that I'm done. Oh, and then you tell it. So you're going to add everything that you have in your refrigerator, which also includes your pantry, okay? It's not just your refrigerator. And then You tell it how many points. So do you want it to be 0 points? Do you want it to be, are you willing to spend 3 points to 11 plus points? So if you want to narrow that in, you can. So I'm going to make this one 3 to, just for the sake of getting a tighter search on this, I'm going to make it 3 to 9 points. And I'm going to say, please exclude. So I'm going to say, if you don't like it, don't have it, whatever you can say, you can tell it to exclude some things. So I'm going to tell it to exclude eggs. I always have eggs, but I'm going to tell it to exclude eggs. Okay, so now I've excluded eggs from my list, and I'm going to view recipes. Okay, so look here. So based on what's in my refrigerator, and I've excluded something that I don't have. I do have eggs, but anyway, that I don't have, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I've got 9 different recipes that have the ingredients that I said I had in my refrigerator, the number of points that I was willing to spend, and excluded something that I said I did not have in my refrigerator or pantry. How cool is that? Okay, so who is super excited about this? Because I know there are days that I just need to be able to call home and ask John, what do we even have? And there are days that I do that, and I say, what do we even have to eat? And I could hand him my phone. I could literally hand him my phone and say, you know what? Find something. Find something. Is that not like the best feature of WW MyWay Plus? I'm super excited about this. I mean, I put in some pretty tight parameters and made the points 3 to 9, and I got 9 different recipes. Boom, just like that, without even having to think about it. Okay, so I should have saved that for last and go, ta-da! Okay, but anyway, I'm super excited about it, so I wanted to make sure that we got to talk about it. Okay, the next thing. So what's in your fridge is under beta. It's a beta feature of WW MyWay Plus, so it will have some updates. So what I just showed you, I'm sure is subject to change. Yeah, and Sylvia says, that's great, because thinking of what to eat is the worst. It absolutely is the worst. Okay, then what we're going to go from there is we're still going to be under my recipes. I wanted to make sure everybody knew this saved. So as you save recipes, even if it's somebody else's recipe, if it's a WW recipe, if it's one that you've put in from somebody else, if you've created your own recipe, you can save them. And if it's something that you want to go back and eat, you think, that was really good. I think I'm going to try that again. So maybe one of those 9 recipes that I just pulled up, if I want to save it, then you can go to your saved recipes. So again, get home late, tired, the kids at school were just insane for you teachers. Nobody wanted to wear their mask, or they were licking the insides of their masks, or doing weird things with hand sanitizer. I've heard lots of stories from school this year. So, you're tired, and you think, one of those 9 that I had the other day was really good, and I saved it. So that's where you go to find those. Then you can go to created by you. So if you only want to see recipes that you created, you can click on created by you, and it puts your created recipes in here, and you can still search on that. Or if you want to do meals, if you saved certain meals, so like it's not a recipe, it's not a recipe per se, but it's a meal. So like I have this 1 bowl grits. I think I've got my finger on the right spot. So this 1 bowl grits, I eat that a lot. Well, it's not a recipe. It just, just has some stuff in it. So I don't need to know, because it's not really a recipe. Good. Okay. Anyway, so I just need to go back and find it, track it, boom. And you could even add that to Siri. I could even say, Siri, track 1 bowl grits, and tell her how many points it is, and she would save it. Okay. Then at the bottom, create a recipe. If you've never used the create a recipe function, you need to stop and try it. We have a past chat with that on there, but you need to try it. So this is a lifesaver for me. If I didn't have this, I wouldn't remember what was in it when I made it. Plus, I would never know how many points it was, because you could go all day long and add up the points, but in certain combinations, sometimes it's less, and in certain combinations, sometimes it's more. And it also lets me know, oh man, I usually divide that in 12, and it's, I'm making up a number. If I divide this into 12 servings, it's 3 points, but if I make it 8 servings, I can have more, and it's only 4 points. So sometimes I'll do that, but it does that for you instead of you having to sit and write it all out and try to do the math on it. Okay. Then you can go, when you go back to, so when you're in the Discover Recipes, you can go to popular recipes, you can go to themed things, like this one says grilled veggies. You can go to cookies and cakes, things like that. So it's got all these themed recipes. Then go back to, when you go back to your recipes, you can go to, let me show you. Hold on a second, I'm looking for something specific here. And doing it backwards, it's hard to find. Oh, right here, when you go to Explore All Recipes, it has, like this one was plant-based breakfast, but you can go to, when you go to the other groupings of recipes. Oh, come on, where is it? Okay, so like these. So you can go to all of these different ideas for recipes, and it'll tell you, and you can search through them. So like if you're cooking for, if you don't have a lot of time, if you just have one person, if you need a starter recipe, like something that's going to be a starter for something else. Anyway, there's like a ton. There's a ton of them. Here's one that's from the sea, meatless menu, gluten-free, lemon love, not your average noodle, blah, 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 blah. I mean, on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Okay, so we're going to run out of time, and I'm not going to get to all of these, so I'm going to quickly skip through that. But does everybody understand that? Does everybody understand how to get to your recipes, how to create a recipe, how to do the what's in your fridge, because that's so awesome. You can also do, when you go in here, you can go to, when you're in your food, you can go, oops, wrong direction right there. You can go to your weekly plan. And I probably need to do this as a separate thing because we do not have time to go over all this today. But your weekly plan is, you can go in here and you can plan what you're going to have for the week. You can go ahead and put your ingredients in. You can put your meals in. So like if you save some recipes, you can put those in there. And you can go ahead and make your plan for the week. So it's like having a grocery list, meal planner, whatever. Like those chalkboards that we used to have in our kitchens, and we would write down the menu, for the week. So that's pretty much like that, and it's going to save you a ton of time because if you get to the grocery store and you think, uh-oh, what were we going to have Tuesday? I don't even remember. You can go through and see, and then you can look and see if you have all the ingredients. Okay, so then let's go back to your home page before I run us out of time. On your home page, if you go down to almost the bottom, it's almost the very bottom, you're going to see a couple of categories called 5-minute coaching. If you click on 5-minute coaching, these are literally 5 minutes or less coaching sessions, literally. And we must be getting close to time because John has come back to pick me up. But these are less than 5-minute coaching things. So there's like a daily listening, like a set an intention for the day. It's 1 minute and 44. Manage eating, 2 minutes and 57 seconds. Help for stress. I mean, look at all these categories, and they're 5 minutes or less. And you could do these while you're driving. Just don't look at it. Just go at while you're parked before you head out. Go ahead and hook it into your, like we have CarPlay in our vehicle. Go ahead and click it into that, and you could listen to 3 minutes, or go sit in the bathroom at work and be quiet for a minute. 2 minutes and 57 seconds, not a problem. So 5-minute coaching is a new feature. They also have, these are the Fit On classes. So you can go to the Fit On classes and you can browse. They have challenges. So you can browse the challenges and go to those. And then you can, when you go to those challenges, you can move more for the week. It's a 1 week 4 workout challenge. You can do a toned arm challenge. I know if you're like me, you like a good challenge because you want to compete and see if you got, if you won. And then you can also, if you don't want to go to a challenge, it also has all these things that are, don't take a lot of time. Like this first one is only 12 minutes. It's only 12 minutes, and it's for toned arms, which we all need to be doing right now through the winter so that when we shed all of our big red sweatshirts again, we have toned arms. And then the last one is Aaptive, and in case you haven't ever used it before, Casey and I did a couple of workouts on this, and I will tell you, choose a lower level first and then work your way up, because Casey and I chose like a level 2, I think it was just called a 2 for one workout. We were sweating when we got done. Okay, so the adaptive, you can tell it lower intensity, you can tell it medium intensity and high intensity, and it's going to go ahead and figure your fit points for you, and it's going to go ahead and record those. Then the last thing is connect. So we were talking about connecting. Don't forget to connect. So when you go back, you can go to connect a couple of different ways. One of those is down here at the bottom. There's a three heads there together. You can click there and go to connect. Or if you scroll through your home page and see where this let's see. Yeah, then you click on connect and you're going to get to go through and scroll on things, and it's super cool now. And whoever this person is, I'm sorry if you're not going to be here, but anyway, now you can just double click on it to like it. Did you see the heart? So you can double click, so it's easier to do that. Let me show you. You used to actually have to go into the actual post and then like it. You can still go in and comment. I highly recommend it. If you enjoyed the post, I highly recommend going in and commenting. But what I wanted to show you on the connect, like that, Kingston Pike. So that's my group. That's the group I go to for my Zoom meetings. So you can join, you can join groups like that. You can join, I'm in a foodies group. Then you can go to browse groups. If you click on browse groups, you can search on it. Like here's a group that says my WW Purple in my 50s, get back on track, food finds. You can get in different food groups. So you could go to blue, green, purple, food finds, vegans, recipes. So if you think, okay, so vegan, I'm going to say that probably most of you here tonight are not vegan. And you think, if you are the one vegan that we have here, you're probably thinking nobody else in the planet doing WW is vegan. Well, guess what? There are 1,400 people in the vegan group. If you think, oh, there's nobody else that, uses an air fryer. So there are 285 people, talking about air fryers right now. But you can go to identity. So if you need to talk to somebody about your body, like if you've got some body issues, if you're 60, if you're a black woman in my 50s, living with pets, there's a group for everybody. There's literally a group for everybody if there's one that says living with pets. Anyway, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots. If it's about your journey, if it's about activity, if it's about your mindset, if it's about your hobbies, your location, your workshops, blah, la, 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 on and on and on and on. Okay, so everybody, it is 9 o'clock. You are all going to get your WW app out. You're going to log on. Okay, you're going to log on to your WW app. You're going to go and find one of these new features, right? And I can tell it's time to quit because my voice is getting ready to go. Okay, so everybody, use your app. It's the most important tool that you have. Stay connected. Stay connected with through your app. Stay connected with us. If you are watching this later on YouTube, please go ahead and like it. Go ahead and subscribe. And I'm sorry, Carol Lou said, how do you search groups? Up here at the top, it says search groups. And so if you touch that, and I could type in, I don't know, let me type something in. Well, since I'm in my 50s, I'll just type in 50. And then it pops up in my 50s, 50 pound club, because I wasn't specific about it. Okay. Anyway, so if you were watching this later on YouTube, it's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. Please. And again, I don't know, since we switched cameras, I don't know which way I'm supposed to point. So hopefully it's not over here. But wherever it is, please go ahead and let the next video roll over. Pretty please. Subscribe. I don't know why, but after I begged you all to subscribe, we lost 20 subscribers last week. Okay, for other people to find us, for other people who need help with their journey, for people who have lost their meeting location, never had a meeting location, don't have anything else. I mean, it's not because I'm talking. I mean, it's you all talking. So please subscribe. We've lost 20 subscribers last week after I asked y'all to help. Just weird. I know y'all didn't unsubscribe, but anyway, please subscribe and do not forget to click the little bell so that you'll know when our next video is posted. Or if you want a spreadshirt, it is over here. So that is a little fundraiser that we do. But thank you all very much. It is after 9 o'clock. I have talked long enough. Y'all have an amazing evening. I thank you very much for being here again. Let me know if you have any questions. Y'all take care. Be safe. However you feel about masks, please wear them. Please wear them. Please use your hand sanitizer because I want everybody to stay with us and I want everybody to stay healthy. And John is here now, so it is time for me to go. Hold on. I'm going to get him to come over here real quick because we have accidentally dressed alike. We're getting ready to wrap up. So here is John. So for everybody who hasn't seen John in a while.
I can't do anything with my hair.
Yeah, so John's getting his hair done tomorrow too. Just kidding. But anyway, so I didn't realize that we were accidentally dressed alike today. We probably should have gotten a picture made. But y'all have a great evening, and I will see you next week. Good night.